I'm Nurse TLC, a medically retired RN navigating life on the road with chronic illness. Here we focus on practical adaptations, van life, and finding healing in nature. Subscribe to join us. Good morning, or wait, now it's noon. Good lunchtime, I'm going to say, or afternoon tea for other people. Since it is noon here in California, and I don't feel like eating anyway, so I'm going to make myself a cup of tea while people join us. Sorry, my mic's right here. I hope you can hear me. I see there's a couple people here, so if you can let me know in the chat if you can at least hear me, that would be great. Otherwise, I'm going to take a minute or so and make a cup of hot tea while I'm waiting for people to join. So I have my, there's a little beagle behind me right there, getting comfortable. It's her nap time, so about this time every day you can see her right there. She's just sprawled out. Oh, hey Dee, nice to have you. Look at Sagie back there all sprawled out for having nap time. She's always right behind me, so it's hard to see because I'm in a very small space, as you well know. If you hear the bubbling by the mic, it's my teapot. It's right here and it's loud. So I'm going to make a cup of hot peppermint tea right now. So anyway, that's the plan until people join. Since this is a new time and I don't even know if it's going to go well, we're going to just play it by ear and see if it's a good time or not. And if people don't join at this time, over multiple weeks, then I will just not be doing it anymore. That's simple, because I don't mind live streams, but they do make me a little nervous. So, and it's a lot of work to plan. If you're planning for something and planning to give, some kind of education on something, then you have to research and do things ahead of time. And so, but yeah, it's loud. I hear it. I know it's loud. Yeah, she's just always hiding and always right next to me, but hiding. There she's just sprawled out taking a nap. Let me see if my tea's hot enough, because it's making all kinds of noise, but I don't think it's hot enough yet, but it's sure loud. But I'm going to take some peppermint. This one says peppermint. It's kind of fallen off. I don't know. And we'll just add some peppermint to this little tea bag. I'm doing it on top of my computer. It's pretty funny. I'm going to make a mess, I'm sure. There we go. That should be enough. These just have magnets on the inside, so you can stick them up. And it sticks right next to me. But yeah, Dee, if you weren't here, then nobody would be here. So I'd be talking to myself. But it's all good. All right. Here we go. Tea in the cup. Okay. I'm going to turn off that really loud boiling sound by the microphone. And here we go. Yeah, that's nice and hot. So there we go. I've got some nice peppermint tea. This cup's a little dirty. Anyway, so how you, Dee? How you doing? Any better? Feeling good? Okay. We'll let that heat sit for a few minutes. Anyway, I had decided I would talk about the spoon theory and get a little bit more into it, and we'll see if anybody else joins, and if they don't, then I'll talk about it anyway, because this will make a great video resource for people, and I will just clip it and edit it. Okay, let's see. You said I have no metal for any magnetic stuff in my walls all the way to outside or less than 2 inches, so can't drill holes or screws. Yeah, that's tough. I love that I have, well, these aren't magnetic walls. I put magnetic strips up. So like I have these strips that are like this wide and they stick to the wall. And so I have like 2 strips like side by side and they're stuck to the wall and then the lids stick to those. They're magnetic strips basically. But I do have, you know, the door is metal, the back doors are metal, so I do have metal, but on the walls it's wood. So over on the wall, I put the magnetic strips up. I have my knives attached to them in the kitchen and stuff like that. But it helps, so I can, you know, stick herbs and whatever I want to the wall. But they don't fall off. They stay even when going over bumpy roads. It's pretty darn good. Okay, so that's good. A little better. But yeah, I don't drill any holes, basically. I'm too scared to. And the plywood is very thin in here, but there is a lot of insulation. So there's like a thick insulation, but a little plywood, and then the metal. So I don't know how deep that is, but it scares me to screw into it. So, oh, that's good. This peppermint's good. Every time I start live streaming, I get a runny nose. I think it's like a little bit of anxiety. It caused my nose to run. But this pepper, it's not like I have I have some allergies, but not usually this time of year. It's more like, oh, I'm going live, so let's let your nose run. But peppermint, I love the smell of it and I love the taste, so it's good. Yeah, the van, these stick, they have like sticky stuff on the back, but I put on an even thicker, I use a sticky tape that holds like 5 pounds, so they don't fall off. I put a different sticky tape over the sticky tape that it comes with, because yeah, they're not super sticky, but I put the one that holds like 5 pounds. And so when I put those up now, they won't come off unless I peel them off, but they hold the magnets really well. These lids, you know, they just click right on like nothing. But it's good because you have extra room on the walls that way. So it's really nice. Anyway, so this last Friday, as you know, Dee knows, but I don't know if anybody else watching knows that I did a video, and that's kind of why I am talking about the spoon theory today, because it was a pacing video on how to pace yourself with chronic illness, especially cleaning and stuff that takes a lot of energy. So I think people often, or it was my world, I never knew how to pace myself, especially being a nurse. You just go, 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 go. And, you know, you take care of patient after patient after patient. You don't even get to pee, so let alone pace yourself. So I had no idea or no way of even realizing or thinking about pacing myself. It just wasn't in my normal everyday life. So I had to learn it. So that's where spoon theory comes from. Is I'm going to put little stuff on my lips because they're a little dry. Lip gloss. Looks a little better. There we go. Gives me a little color. I should have put a little on my cheeks too. I feel like I look a little washed out today. Anyway, so I have to, I'm not going to stay live too long because this afternoon I am babysitting, or not really baby, they're not babies, but watching the grandkids. So they're coming over to the home base and like 4 hours or something after school. So I'll be playing Uno and playing with my therapy dolls with the kids and, you know, that kind of stuff. So that's going to take a lot of spoons. So that's why I wanted to get into. So I've already used up some of my spoons today, and then I got to save the rest for playing with the grandkids. So let's get into the spoon theory, because I'm going to only do a 30-minute live, and we're already almost 10 minutes in. So let me put up, if I can do this, on the screen some visuals. Let's do drum rolls. Let's see what this does. Okay, so now I have a drum roll thing. Anyway, drum roll to the spoon theory. If I can find my things I uploaded, my pictures. Where are my pictures? Oh, there they are. Okay, here we go. Okay, what is a spoonie? A spoonie is someone with a chronic illness or disability, and it comes from the spoon theory by Christine Miserandino. Spoons represent energy, so I just wanted to put that up, because if you say I'm a spoonie or she's a spoonie, or everybody's like, what's a spoonie? So now you know that's the term for the person with the chronic illness. So then you'll know what that means. Hi, Joanne. Glad you're here. Oh, you just got out of the doctor's office? Well, I'm glad you made it to your appointment, and hope you're doing well. I'm just giving a little talk more about the spoon theory, because a lot of people, for me, it helps, because I never, like I was telling you, you probably understand. I never knew how to pace myself in my lifetime in my career. I never had a desk job or anywhere where I could pace myself. I was running around like a chicken with my head cut off as a nurse everywhere. So to learn the spoon theory has helped me be able to visualize my energy levels throughout the day. And like I was telling Dee, I'm going to be watching the grandkids, so I'm going to need a lot of spoons this afternoon. So I had to like not do anything this morning, basically. I had to get ready, so that took some spoons. But dealing with the grandkids will take a lot of spoons. So it's definitely important to pace yourself. So let me show you a visual now of what this is. Somebody else's like spoon theory, where they put up their visual for their how many spoons it takes to do their activities. Like you're the only one that can know like how many spoons it takes for your own activities. But here's a visual. So this person says they have 12 spoons, and getting out of bed takes 1 spoon, getting dressed takes 1 spoon, taking their meds takes 1 spoon, watch TV takes 1 spoon. To me, watching TV and taking my pills don't use any spoons, but getting dressed does. And getting out of bed only does if I don't haven't taken my meds while I'm in bed and I have POTS issues. So getting out of bed can use a spoon for me, only if I don't take my meds before getting out of bed. But I take my meds now while I'm in bed, like 30 minutes before. So I've been doing a lot better. So it depends. Like I would have 0, taking my pills and watching TV would be 0 spoons for me. So each person's different. So say you realize you have 12 spoons throughout the day, then you got to categorize each activity that you do and how much energy it takes you. So like bathing, if you're standing in a shower and you have pots and you don't have a bench, or you don't sit in the bathtub where you can, and you're just standing the whole time, that would take a lot of spoons for me. But if I'm sitting, say on a bench or in a bathtub, that would take less spoons. So I have to categorize all my activities like that. And like doing my hair, if I'm not sitting, if I'm standing, everything has to do with standing for me with how many spoons it takes. Like they say it takes 2 spoons to surf the internet. Well, to me, it doesn't take any spoons to surf the internet unless I'm stressed out with what I'm watching. I mean, then of course that will cost some. Reading and studying, they say takes 2 spoons. Well, if I was studying, say, a nursing class for school or something, yeah, that would take spoons. But just reading for me doesn't take any spoons either. So you just have to know yourself. Yeah, so you can't do that, D. You have to space them out. So you can't use all your spoons before noon. That like defeats the entire purpose. Yeah, see, that's why you gotta space them out. You can't use all your spoons that early. You gotta take a break, like in between. Like get up, let the dog out, go sit down a while, then get up, feed her. Like Put your pain meds where you can reach them while you're resting. That's what you got to do. You got to like make it easy on yourself. Make everything easy on yourself. Because like today, knowing it's going to take, say, 10 spoons to play with the grandkids, then I decided I wasn't doing anything this morning. I was just going to scroll. And of course, I have to deal with Sagie right here. But that, for me, I kind of just put her outside and she does her own thing. Like she has a line. She has a line attached to the van. So I clip her to her line and I put her outside and let her do her own thing. So it doesn't take that many spoons for me. Cause I'm not like right now. I wouldn't today because of the grandkids. I wouldn't take her on a long walk or anything. That's out of the question. So today she's kind of on her own to do her peeing and everything. And if I had more spoons today, I would take her on a walk or something, but I don't. So you gotta like realize that, go, oh, I have this many spoons, I'm going to use them up, so therefore I cannot do something like go to the store today because I'm watching the grandkids and that's too much spoons. Yeah, the spoon theory is your entire day, D. So say you have 12 spoons, that's how many you have in your entire day. Okay, so you say, okay, maybe you have more spoons than 12. It depends on the person. Like I usually say I have 15 spoons because even though I have all these illnesses and stuff, I still have more energy than a lot of people do. So I kind of like go, well, I'm not bed bound. I've still got energy to do things. So let's give myself 15. If it's a good morning, if I get up and feeling good, I'll say I have 15 spoons. So I have to break it up through the whole day. So 5 spoons in the morning, 5 spoons in the afternoon, and then 5 spoons in the evening or whatever. So then you go, say, for me, getting dressed will take a couple spoons. So I'd say, okay, 2 of my morning spoons are getting dressed. Then making my breakfast is a couple of spoons. So there's 4. And then you spread it out through the day. So you don't do anything else the rest of the morning if you use up your 5 spoons. Then you got to go, then you wait till lunch. And then it's going to cost another couple spoons for making your breakfast or something. So it's more like spreading out your energy so you don't crash at the end of the day. That's the whole point of the spoon theory, is not crashing. Because if you use up all your spoons in the morning, then you're going to crash and have to nap and not feel good the rest of the day. And maybe have a bad, like be grouchy or something. Like I'm just talking in my life. Like I might be irritable. If I'm really tired, I'll be like, stay away from me. I'm not very a nice person when I crash and use all my spoons. So it's more like you have to think of it like pacing yourself through the entire day, not just the morning, but the entire day. So say I use up all my spoons in the morning. I don't have time. I don't have any spoons to take a shower left. Then I'm going to take my shower in the evening instead. Like I'm going to move my schedule around. Or say I know I have to go to the store, then I'm going to move say doing laundry to another time. Like you have to think of it that way. If you can't spread it out, you'd be in bed all day. If you're that low energy, then you literally would be in bed all day. So you have some energy, because I know you're not just in bed all day. So you got to, maybe you have less spoons. Let's put you at 10 spoons or even 8. So if we put you because you're low energy all the time, lower energy, say I have 15 spoons and you're half my energy, then you would be 7 or 8 spoons. And then you start from there. So you start with a much lower amount. And then say you have such low energy, but you need to make a meal, then do it sitting down at your table, not standing. Do it with a bench or something. So that kind of stuff. Like I take my little stool a lot of places. And so I might be sitting to do every task that day. If it's a low energy day, I'll just be sitting to do everything basically. And even if you have to put your pants on while sitting, I mean, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Yeah, low energy. Oh, I forgot to take this off the thing. Sorry, this is covering my face the whole time. I didn't mean to keep that up there. Sorry, guys. But yeah, I get it. Yes, low energy. It takes me several days to do 1 day of spoons. Yeah, so sometimes it does, and that's fine. If it takes you 2 days to do, say laundry, say you go put your laundry in somewhere, say it's a laundromat or something, then obviously what I do when I go to the laundromat, at the home base it's different, but when I go to the laundromat, I will put the stuff in the laundry machine. Then I will come back to the van and lay down. Okay. Say I lay down and watch a couple YouTube videos, and then I'll go back in and put it in the dryer. Then I come back, lay down again, kind of like that. And then finally, when I'll fold it from my bed, like laying down, basically sitting up in bed, I'll fold. So that's the kind of spacing you have to do when you have chronic illness. Because if you're going to push through and do it all just standing in the laundromat or whatever, you use up too many spoons, then it's no good for the rest of the day. So I always even at the home base, I'll go put a load in, go lay down, do something else, go back, pace it. Don't just sit there it might take me an entire day to do laundry. We'll put it that way. You need to look at your nutrition and vitamins. Get your nutrition and vitamins up, because even with chronic illness, you should be able to, get some stuff done. Yeah, when I have the migraines and when the Botox hasn't kicked in, I am a completely different person, drained. It's very hard. When my like Friday, I didn't even talk about this yet, but Friday I went and got another nerve block. So on Friday, I went and got the O&B with the steroids, and obviously driving to Bakersfield an hour away, or my doctor's like an hour and a half away, takes up a lot of energy, and then it's up a curvy road, and so there's all that. Then I have to go run and get prescriptions while I'm down there, go and pick up some little bit of groceries, get the nerve block, drive back. So that used up all my spoons. I was dead to the world. And then, when I have to go to Bakersfield, especially for a procedure, it's an all-day thing. So I get that. And I think I'm doing well as far as, besides getting the nerve block, which helps my headaches and migraines, is because my nutrition is so much better. I am doing so good on my meal plans and getting enough protein in. I think that's a huge one. Women don't get enough protein and fiber, and just don't eat enough good things. They're eating crap a lot. And I stopped eating all crap. I don't eat any crap. Everything's good for you, basically. So once I changed I'm always ate good, but I really drilled down on my diet and making sure I'm getting enough fiber, protein, vitamins, minerals, eating better and more nutritious and staying away from junk. It helps. Yeah, you need to take your vitamins and make sure you're getting enough nutrients, because that's a huge one. Because if you don't get enough, you can get anemic. So then you're going to be super tired. You can get all kinds of, vitamin deficiencies, get more osteoporosis. I mean, make sure you're getting enough vitamin D, even if you go outside. Because my vitamin D was on the low end, even though I'm an outdoor person and I'm constantly outside. So I think we don't generally, even though you're in Arizona and I'm in California, so we get more sun. People that are in other states that get even less sun, they should definitely be taking vitamin D. Yeah. So I think that you even were doing better, D, if you think about it, when you were doing the carnivore or way less carbs. you were feeling a lot better. So I would look at that. And I mean, you don't have to do carnivore, but add in more protein, less crap, basically, and get more vitamins. Anyway, so let me see what I wrote in my notes, because I'll probably forget something. You know me. I have notes here. Okay, I think I said most of this on my own without needing any notes, but just in case. Okay, yeah, it's saying using the spoon theory to plan your day. One of the most powerful tools with spoon theory is how it can help you plan and prioritize daily tasks. Learning how many spoons you typically have can help you decide what to do and not to do. It creates a common ground of understanding and gives us a voice on things we're experiencing that may be difficult to voice. So, like, it helps me a lot because there, like, say, I know, like, I'll get stuff sprung on me from Derek. He'll say, well, you want to go to the VFW this afternoon? And I'm basically like, I'm out of spoons. I can't go. And he basically knows what that means. It's like, you're going to go by yourself because I can't do it. I'm just too tired right now, basically. So it's given an example. It says, say you wake up with 10 spoons. Getting dressed is 2 spoons. Making breakfast, 1 spoon. But I would switch those. I think making breakfast is for me is more spoons because I'm cooking. But if say you're just you're not cooking and you're just grabbing something like a protein bar or protein shake, okay, that would be use up 1 spoon. But I'm usually making eggs or something like that, so that uses up a couple spoons. Then say going to the doctor's will be 3 spoons. Cooking dinner, 2 more spoons. Watching a movie with a friend. That all adds up to 10. If something unexpected happens, like a last minute errand, you need to adjust. So maybe dinner out with a friend, you decide I can't do that, so I'm just going to get takeout, or you skip the movie. You just have to adjust. So that way you can live your life the best you can without being completely wiped out and grouchy every day, all day, because I get irritable. That's one thing. Like Derek, he'll come up and say something, and I'll just almost want to bite his head off. And he's like, gosh, I'm sorry. And I'm just like, I'm just so tired. I'm just so tired. I can't. I just start saying, I can't. And then I know I've literally crashed and used up all my spoons way too early. And it's just, I get really irritable. And I say, I can't. Like, I can't deal with anything. That's how I feel. Yeah. So I think it just takes work, especially if you're not used to it. Like, for me being a nurse, I was never used to pacing myself. If I would be so tired because you don't even pee. You don't even take a break to pee a lot of times. So I'd be like, by the time I had to medically retire, it was because I was wiped out. Once I knew I could no longer be the best nurse, I wanted to be an A+ nurse to every single patient. And if I can't be an A+ nurse to every single patient, and I was, maybe a C or something, I was out. I cannot be. I mean, I had to medically retire because it's not fair to your patients at all when you can't even take care of yourself. So that's what it came up with me, is like, I can't take care of myself, let alone a whole bunch of patients. And my caseload, by the time I medically retired, I had hundreds of kids at school on my caseload. Then I was a forensic nurse for the county, so I'd get called out at all hours of the night doing evidence collection. And like, I was on call like 24 hours at a time on top of my regular other schedule. It was ridiculous. So I couldn't do it anymore. So I had to learn. I have to learn. Still, there's days I get wiped out, but I learn now to pace myself much, much better. And therefore, I'm not as tired. And who knew it would work? It actually works because I'm like better, less tired. And of course, it relies on my medical treatments too. It's not like this every day. I can still have a really bad day with a migraine. But overall, pacing myself improves my life tremendously. It's like, sometimes you got to tell people no. Sometimes you got to adjust your schedule. Sometimes you can't go to the store today. You're going to go tomorrow. So it's just the way it is when you live with a chronic illness or four like me. I think it's crazy because I have like a handful of chronic illnesses, not one. I mean, we're talking a lot major ones: EDS, POTS, fibromyalgia, dystonia. What I can't even name them all. There's even more than that I deal with on a daily basis. Shoot, I can't even remember. There's more that are very hard to deal with, but at least I have at least 5 daily things I have to struggle with. So yeah, I get headaches and they're almost daily, but not when I get the nerve block. Like I first get the nerve block, my head's numb, and then the steroids kick in and I'm good for a couple weeks. So there's that period when the Botox is wearing off and the nerve block is worn off. Like it gets miserable, like bad, severe headaches. And that's what was happening in December, why I had to take a month off of live streaming, because my head was bad. I had no energy and nothing for anybody, really. Yeah. When I medically retired, I had a master's degree in school health and obviously a public health RN, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, master's degree in school health, and a certificate from the state for forensic nursing. So I went quite far, but that's what's sad about having to medically retire early, because I didn't expect to have to retire so early from stuff I loved. And now my eye's tearing because it's spasming. So you can see the spasms in my eyes because the blinking goes really, really fast. So I can hold it for a minute and then my eyes will start rapidly blinking. And people think, oh my, they think that like if I was doing a polygraph, I'd fail right away because my eyes would be blinking and my blood pressure would be messed up with POTS. Like I always thought about that. They better not ever have to do a polygraph because I know I'm failing. Yeah, I got pretty far. But only could use it so many years. So that's one thing, but I loved my career. I did. But as you know, as an LVN as well, here it's licensed vocational nurse. I know it's licensed practical nurse in other states, but here, I mean, LVNs work a lot too, because we don't have enough RNs. So we have a ton of LVNs at the hospitals and stuff. So I know you don't get breaks either. You'd be running your butt off just as much. Well, we're already a half an hour in and nobody else is joining us. So I'm just going to quit the live stream early because, like I said, I got to use up some spoons with my grandkids. So I'm going to take a little break between now and when they come and lay down for a good 30 minutes and then they'll be here and then I'll be using up all my spoons for the day. So we probably will end up with a pizza or something at the end of the night. So, because I won't be cooking, that's for darn sure. Anyway, thanks for coming, you two. Love you guys. And I'll see you next week. And I will have another video, but it won't probably be this Friday. I'm doing every other Friday videos. So you probably won't get a video this week. It'll be the following week. But you can see me because I'll be doing little check-ins a couple times a week on shorts. So anyway, hope you guys have a great rest of the week and don't use up all your spoons. Oh, bye. You two especially need to save your spoons, or at least pace your spoon, spread them out, spread your spoons out. If you're under 10 spoons a day, spread them out. And anyway, love you guys. You guys know it. See you next week. Bye.